Okay, so this one was actually emailed in. And it was actually emailed in by a group who chose not to come. And the message was, why bother? With respect to the mayor, obviously who's here, thank you, Mayor, and to Chris, who's all sitting, all of you are running for office. Carolyn, you're running for an office that you once held. What has been the biggest shortcoming of the Harrisonburg City Council in serving the immigrant community that would cause that person to say, why bother? Shortcoming, failure, falling short of the council. Where have you failed? You.
So it was a person that was immigrant that said, wow.
Yes, to the immigrant community. And I guess this is about reflection.
Like I said at the beginning, I spend most of my time out talking with families, out in the community with people. I've been knocking on doors, and people have said this to me. We don't matter. We're undocumented. People don't come to our doors to knock on our doors. What are you doing here? Are you doing this for a vote? Well, I can tell you that people have that perception that City Council does not care. And why is that? Because it's always come to me, come to me. But we haven't taken the time to actually go into the community and to hold venues and to hold hearings and to help opportunities for people to actually voice their concerns in a way where they feel comfortable and they feel safe. This is what I do every day. I don't have to act it. I don't have to say I want to create it. I already do it with the city schools. So when I become elected and become the first Hispanic mayor of the city, I will promise you that I will create these intentional opportunities where people will feel safe, where people will feel welcome, and where we'll actually have very substantial conversations that will matter.
My employees that are Hispanic feel the frustrations of transportation issues, housing issues, educational issues, and those are the things that they complain to me about with in regards to the city of Harrisonburg.
I'm sorry that someone felt that way, but you have to have your voice. We have to be your voice, but you have to tell us what the issues are, what you're facing, because only you walk in your shoes. Only you know what you have to deal with, and everything isn't fixable by government. But you live in a great community of a lot of caring people that have done so much, and so many. I don't know of any community that has as many organizations as we do that reach out and help people. I mean, New Bridges was started because we had a Latino community. Someone saw a need, and that might be some of you sitting out here. If you know a need, if you see a need, you need to think about how you can fix it. Don't always look to government to fix it. See how, as a community, that we can do things to make life better for everyone else. I know that the Latino friend that knocked on my door that Christmas Day, who was homeless and needed a place to stay, she found somebody that helped her, and continues to help her to this day.
Thank you.
Politics aside, the reason why you should bother, first of all, it's a selfish question to think, why should I bother? You should bother for the next generation. You should stand up for the next person that can't come. You should stand up for somebody else, even if you can't selfishly think of a reason to do it for yourself. Do you know how many hundreds of years people went through hell and back, of all types? So just because you're immigrant, or just because you're black, or just because you're LGBTQ, or just because you're white, or just because you're poor, it doesn't matter. You fight because there is a fight. And if you don't want to participate in the fight, fine. But guess what? The fight will go on. We fight because we're human. We're fighting because we want to continue to fight for a better race. We want to continue to fight for a better society. I don't take that question very lightly, and I want you to hear me very, very, very clearly. Whether I win, lose, or draw, I'll be right here continuing the fight. And so please let that individual know they should bother because there's life in their body.
Again, the individual is interested in what the council has failed to do, not what they have failed to do.
So I would say that two of the biggest fails that I have seen and lived through has been the buy-in into the deal with the Middle River Jail, because that only continues system of criminalization of the community, and also the delaying of the building of the second high school. The high school has been overcrowded for a long time. It didn't become overcrowded last year or 2 years ago. So it has been overcrowded for a long time. We should have been looking at this for a long time. And by not building as soon as we could, we not only let our immigrant children down, we let all of our children down. And why bother? Why bother run? Why bother participate? Why bother vote? Because women like me are told that we don't have power and we shouldn't run because we have babies at home we should be taken care of. And queer people like me should not get involved in politics because it gets dangerous and it gets ugly. So that's why you should bother. Because if you really want to change the face of politics, the time is now.
Thank you.